all set for a long ride. Vinay Rastogi leaves from his office in Palghar, a small town in western Maharashtra. He's headed to meet Pratibha Matre, who stays in Satpari, a village 15 kilometers away from this town. Pratibha, a fisherwoman, earns nearly $200 every month, but she has no place to deposit her money as there are no banks in her village.
The biggest problem of not having a bank is that all the money gets spent quickly. We have no place to deposit our money. If we have a bank, then we will be able to save more for the future.
Vinay is explaining to Pratibha to invest her money in financial products offered by his company India Infoline. His firm is a NBFC, or a non-banking financial company that operates in many villages across India that do not have banks. More than half of India's 1.2 billion population is without a bank account. In an effort to improve financial inclusion, the Indian Central Bank will be issuing new banking licenses later this year. One key condition to win the license is that new banks will have to open 25% of the branches in rural areas. There are thousands of villages in India like this one that do not have access to basic banking facilities. However, there are a lot of firms that have been able to build a strong customer base in these areas by offering financial products. Some of the firms like India Infoline, which is a non-banking financial company, are now hoping that the strong presence in rural areas will give them an edge when the Indian Central Bank decides on new licenses.
Well, NBFC is obviously a better place to drive financial inclusion because first of all they understand financial services and credit. So if you look at corporates on a net basis, they have been borrowers and not lenders to the system. So to that extent, NBFCs obviously have an edge. And many NBFCs have large branch network, and they have actually reached out to these segments more that are not either unbanked or underbanked.
Due to the tough screening process, only 4 to 5 companies are expected to win the license. Many companies also feel that opening 25% of the total branches in rural areas will be a tough task. But experts believe that this is the right step forward to achieve financial inclusion.
There's a large number of people who are sort of outside the formal banking system in any fashion. There is a great need to sort of extend or to bring them within the more formal fold, to be able to extend to them financial means by which they could sort of build a livelihood. So, and the fact that they are so far away from any banking activity is something which is a big challenge, and therefore anything that can be done to bridge that gap and to plug that gap and to extend these services to the large part of the population is something which is critical.
Earlier this year, the Indian government launched its ambitious direct cash transfer scheme, under which it will transfer social security funds directly into bank accounts of lower income families. For the scheme to be successful, the government has asked financial institutes to open bank accounts in rural areas. Policymakers feel that this move will give a big boost to financial inclusion in the country.